probably like, Keira, do you really have no life that you were able to read pretty much 15 books in 1 month? And I'm like, yeah. Hello, besties. Welcome back. I'm Keira. If you're new, subscribe. Today we are doing my January wrap-up video. I read 14 books this month. It's currently the 27th when I'm filming this, which means technically the month is not over. If I end up reading another book, I'll just throw it into the February wrap-up. I had plans this month and they got put on hold for a little bit, so I had more time to read than I thought I would. Some of these I had to return to the library. I'll just be showing pictures of them. I've never done this before, so this is my first wrap-up, first of many. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe and follow all my socials and my Goodreads, which will be in the description below. It's gonna be a long one, so grab a coffee. I have my Dunkin' coffee. Let's just get right into it. First up, we have 'Tis the Season for Revenge. I ate this up. I give this a 4-star, and it's a girl named Abby, and she just broke up with her boyfriend and wants revenge. So what other way to get back at him by matching with his boss and dating him? So she ends up dating this guy because she wants to go to a Christmas party that her ex never brought her to. Let me just say that Damien, oh my god. This is, I think, age gap. I don't know how much the age gap is, but let me just say that I love Damien. I love that man. So funny. I laughed so much in this book, and also the cover. Love. And it's also super short. Quick little read. 4-star. This is the Season for Revenge. Next, I'm just gonna put a picture of it because I returned it to the library, but it's called Rookie Move by Serena Bowen. I don't remember much about this book. The guy's name is Leo, and he's a hockey player who just got traded to this new team, and the PR manager, I think that's what she does. And Georgia is like his ex-girlfriend, of course. And she just wants to, like, you know, keep him out of the way, but like, don't talk to me, like, I just need to stick professional. You know, hockey romance, kind of second chance, forced proximity, coach's daughter, you know, that kind of stuff. This book is kind of heavy. It's got some heavy topics, so definitely check trigger warnings. I give it a 3-star. I feel like it was okay, but I don't remember much about it. My babies. My babies. But it's Twisted Games by Anna Hong, which all I have to say is read this. This is about Bridget, who is a princess, and her bodyguard, Reese, which, oh my god, Reese. If you know, you know. But again, it's about their love story. Gonna become the princess soon, and he's, you know, obviously the bodyguard, so they can't indulge in the relationship because she has to marry someone who's like royal and stuff. This is the best effing book. I love them. They're just my babies. I love this book. 5-star. Read it. All right, next up, another hockey romance. We have The Legacy, the 5th book. It's kind of just like an extended epilogue for the off-campus series. It's kind of just a wrap-up of every couple. I gave it a 3-star. I feel like, I don't know, it could have gave more, like, a nice wrap-up for everything. So it's got all the couples: Garrett and Hannah, Logan and Grace, Allie and Dean, Tucker and Sabrina. My favorite 2 couples out of all the whole series was Hannah and Garrett, because it means Garrett, and Tucker and Sabrina, which is underrated. I don't know, just an epilogue book to wrap everything up. I don't really have much to say about it. If you want some closure on your favorite couples, I guess read it. Right, next we have Second Chance Hero, which I randomly saw this for free on Apple. Is it Apple Books? I don't even know what it's called. I gave it a 3-star. There's like a trope in this one, and I'm kind of just like, ugh. It kind of gives everything away, so I can't say it. It's about this guy named Zach. He's a pitcher, a huge pitcher in the major leagues. So he loves baseball, and he loves the woman he let go. But, you know, things are like, they're meh until, of course, she comes back and is kind of like a journalist person. I don't know if I really recommend this book. I thought it was meh. So that's why I give it a 3. Come on. I'm gonna close the door. Next we have one of my babies this month, which is The Fine Print, which I put in my January TBR. Go watch that. Gave it a 4-star. If you don't know, this is book 1 of the Dream Billionaire series with the Kane brothers. This is about Rowan, who is the youngest of the Kane brothers, and in order to get his grandfather's inheritance will thing, he kind of has to fix up one of the rides at the park, and that's where he meets Zara, who their meet cute is just adorable. She sends a drunk thing in criticizing one of the rides, and ideally he picks it, so they're working together. Grumpy Sunshine, because he is just the grump, but he's also so sweet. He has a soft spot for her, and it's just so cute. This cover, amazing. Excited for the 3rd book. 4-star. These 2 are my babies too. I love them. After that, I read Addicted to You. I give this a 3-star. I've seen that people say that the first 2 books they didn't like very much because it's a lot of character building. Basically, it's about Lily and Lo who have their addictions. Lo's addicted to alcohol. Lily's addicted to the boom boom in the bedroom. They've been fake dating for the last couple years in front of their families so they can hide their addictions. You just see the development of that throughout the book. A little bit triggering, one of the topics to me. I was more interested in Connor and Rose and Reich. I think that's how you say his name. And then Daisy came up. I was a little bit more invested in them than I was Lily and Lo, which I feel bad saying about because the book was about them. Overall, it was okay. After that, I didn't think I would read this one this month, but I ended up doing that, which is Dreaming of a Heartlake Christmas by Sarah Robertson. I originally gave this a 4-star, but I bumped it down to a 3 because after, thinking about it, I was like, eh. This is about Nora and Tanner. Nora's coming back to town because she's selling her grandmother's big house. Tanner, who was her childhood best friend's brother, love that. He's like, no, you can't sell this, house. He's convincing her not to, and she's like, not having it. It fell short in places. It's like a cute little Hallmark movie kind of thing. I didn't feel the connection between the 2 characters. It was kind of, I wouldn't say rushed. It was nothing, and then it all of a sudden was a thing. The cover's cute. It's a cute little Christmas read. Next up, we have Princess and the Player by, I don't know how to say this author's last name, about this girl named Francesca who ends up showing to this masquerade ball, in her wedding dress and everything, and this guy named Tuck is there with a few of his football friends. He's a professional football player. He's that famous football player, loves supermodels, all that crap. So they have a one-night stand. They obviously don't know who each other are, so they end up seeing each other a few weeks later. She finds out that he lives in the penthouse of her apartment building, and then all of a sudden she finds out she's pregnant. So it's kind of their journey of her finding out she's pregnant. So I give it a 4-star. I actually liked it. That's that. I thought it was pretty good. Next up is another one that I read as an ebook, and it was The Summer Proposal, which was another hockey romance. Alright, this is about Max and Georgia. And Georgia is kind of her, is it ex-fiance? Goes away to France and says he wants an open relationship. So he's over there doing his thing, and she's trying to have that open relationship. So she's going on a blind date with somebody, and this hot guy walks in, sits down for her for a little bit, and they start chatting and whatever, and next thing you know, the actual blind date comes in. Max was not it, so he kind of lied, and he ended up giving her 2 tickets to a hockey game. The date didn't go so well. She's like, okay, why not go to this hockey game? So she's watching the game, she's about to leave, and then someone scores. So she's like, woo, and then looks up at the Jumbotron. Who is it? It's Max. So for the summer, he proposes something, they can have this fun little relationship because he got signed with a different team 3,000 miles away. So it's kind of their little thing going on. The only problem was the whole open relationship with still kind of having that fiance but not being the fiance. Max was just so fucking hot, this man. Yeah, I thought it was okay. That's all I gotta say. Let me just say, after reading this, I think my life would have been better if I just didn't read it. I have so many thoughts about this book. I rewatched the movies, and I don't like to like roast on people, but they're not that good. This book is not that good. I can just tell that it was a Wattpad book, because I think with Wattpad you can like, don't quote me on this, I've never read anything on Wattpad, but I think you can release chapter by chapter. So this is what this book felt like, because I feel like I was reading a chapter and then it was the end, and I'm like, we're in the middle of something, and then the next chapter just picks right back up. I'm like, just make it one chapter. Hey guys, it's Editing Kira. I'm just gonna save you from me talking about this book for the next like 3 minutes and just not even tell you what it's about. I'm just gonna act like I never read it. I hate to say that, but that's where we are right now, so we're moving on. Read this at your own risk. I don't recommend. I think this was another like Apple Books thing, which is Secret Puck. So the guy's first name is Heath, which, okay, that's an interesting name. Him and Ginny, I hate that name, is a freshman in college, and she's going to the same college as her older brother, who he plays hockey. The hockey captain, of course. Her brother's trying to help her, you know, make some friends. He was just recently out of a relationship, which kind of like traumatized her, kind of like she's really upset about it. So they kind of like secretly start hooking up, not like wanting the brother to find out. So I give it a 3-star. No, it just like lacked in so many ways. I felt a little rushed. Like, I just didn't feel the connection between the two. Like, once they actually got together, it was like love too fast. It wasn't for me. That's all I gotta say. Wasn't for me. No. Next up, we have a reread for me, which was Faker by Sarah Smith. And I read this back in August, like the end of August, so it was kind of like the beginning of my reading journey, and I gave it a 5-star. Looking back, it's definitely not a 5-star. It honestly gave me the hating game vibes of Emmy and Tate. And Emmy is like this woman who's working at Nuts and Bolts, and it's like this tool company, like they sell tools. And she just, you know, has to put on this boss-ass bitch attitude because then men will not take her seriously in the workplace. Here comes Tate, her annoying coworker who happens to have his office, like, right across. They bicker all the time, like, he's mean and she's mean back. So you get it, like, hating game, like, enemies to lovers. So they're forced to work on this charity project together, and something happens. I gave it a 4. Maybe I should bump it down to like a 3.5 if we're being honest. It's basically like the hating game. It is. Last up, we have one of my new fave books, which is The Birthday List by Demity Perry. And guys, 4.5-star. It's about this woman named Poppy, and she lost her husband. He wrote this like birthday list, which he wrote a bunch of things that he wanted to do each year before a certain birthday. So it's her like going through the list, trying to like finish it for him. She can try to like learn how to live again because of all like the grief and the pain that she's been going through. And the last thing she expects is to meet Cole, is the police officer who came to her house the night that her husband got killed and ends up helping her with this list. This was such a beautiful book. And search up trigger warnings, because when I tell you just the prologue made me sob, I was crying. And yes, it's definitely a slow burns, but it's such a beautiful book. Please read this. That does it for my January wrap up. A lot of books this month that I read. I'm feeling the next few months I will not be getting this much books. Yeah, this will probably be like the biggest of the year. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found some new books that you maybe want to read. If I end up reading any books in the next few days, like before January ends, I will be adding it to the February wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!